Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I wanted to do my college football playoff prediction video heading into week 11. So, not too big a shakeup actually inside the top 4. So go ahead and start with my number 1 seed, which is Clemson. Oh, sorry. So start with my 4 outside. You do know who my 1 seed is now. Got Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Stanford, and Iowa. So I do have the teams ranked 5 to 8 in my 4 outside. So I'm going to give you guys basically the 2 teams that I think have actually a better chance than, I would say, Iowa. I don't think Iowa really has a chance to beat Ohio State or Michigan State or whoever they will play. I even think that Nebraska game is going to be tough for them. So I'm not saying Iowa's a bad team. I'm just saying I don't think they really stack up to Ohio State. Alright, so the 2 other teams that I would put in that 4 outside are Florida and Utah. I think they're going to come closest to getting in that top 8 spot without, or maybe even getting into the college football playoff without actually making it outside of the 3 other teams in my 4 outside. Anyway, so Stanford, it really is going to come down to an elimination game with them and Notre Dame. If they can win the Pac-12, who will probably be Utah that they're going to face in the Pac-12 championship, and that's 2 top 10 wins in the last, I'd say, 3 weeks of the season. So you got to put them in. Oklahoma State, it's pretty simple for them. They go undefeated, they're in. If they don't, then they're probably going to be in a New Year's Six bowl. Notre Dame, right now they are in the college football playoff with the committee rankings, but I'm not ready to put them I'm not ready to say they'd be able to beat Baylor. Yes, they might have a more impressive strength of schedule, but they do still have 1 loss nonetheless, and I do still think Baylor's a better team. So yeah, move inside the top 4. So obviously I have Baylor at 4. Obviously it all comes down to their game this weekend with OU. If they win, then I think you got to put them back inside the top 4, depending on how handily they win. OU, I think, has been playing as well as any team in the nation, and if Baylor can beat them, that's big, especially with the national attention they're going to get because of game day being there. Alright, so my number 3 seed is Alabama. Not ready to slide them ahead of Ohio State. I get it, they beat LSU. Still, until Ohio State loses, I'm not going to put Alabama ahead of them. Ohio State doesn't have the greatest wins so far this year or strength of schedule, but they're the reigning national champions, and they haven't looked bad the last few weeks, so still keeping him at 2. And then number 1, obviously, Clemson. Just they've been running through their schedule with really no problem this year. Obviously, they've got wins against Notre Dame, Florida State last week, and they head into a pretty easy game with Syracuse this weekend. I don't think they're going to slip. I don't think there's a chance they slip up against a team like Syracuse. Really, the next tough test they have coming up is the ACC title game, who will most likely be against North Carolina. Alright, so that is my college football playoff predictions heading into week 11. See if it's an interesting... It'll definitely be an interesting weekend. I believe inside the SEC. They have 2 low-key games that really could be spoilers in the SEC West with LSU, Arkansas, and then Mississippi State, Alabama. The 2 best teams in the SEC West against 2 teams that are hot right now that could definitely spoil the party. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yep.